Hi, everybody. It's Kate from Whutsy here. And I've been kind of dormant lately, but I'm trying to get back into doing the Etsy videos because it seems like a lot's changing. And I'm actually encouraged by the direction that Etsy is going. So I want to talk more about it. And also, I have a lot more free time because my shop is dead. I have a dead shop. I don't know why, what's going on. It happened pretty much mid-Christmas season, it just went off a cliff. So I'm not sure. I'm hoping that changes, but if you are going through the same thing, I feel you. And I have many other projects going on. I have many other ways of monetizing my website's doing well and everything, but it's freed up some time for me to make some more videos. So I'm excited to do that for you. And so in these ones, I'm going to just talk about the gift mode. I did a quick tour on the app because it was only on the app for a while, but now they do have it on the desktop site. So if you go to any Etsy page, you should see the gift mode button there and all those features. So I really do encourage you to go check it out and see how it works. And I did actually need to buy a gift for somebody just today. And I love going to Etsy. And I had like a gift card and the coupon they had sent to me. So I got a pretty good deal. Um, and I did try using gift mode for that. And though it didn't take me where I wanted, it really didn't. It wasn't even close to what I was um, would be good for this person. And that's unfortunate, but it did trigger a few things. And then I went to search and I searched for those items and found a great gift. So there's just a few articles that they've put out on their various blogs on Etsy, and this is the Etsy news blog, which it's not necessarily seller facing, and it's not necessarily customer facing. I'm not sure who exactly the Etsy news blog is for. I think it's just where they put information about the company in general and things that are happening in their industry. And so they did a survey about gifting and found it was stressful. No shocker there. And so they're focusing on gifting, which I did mention in my previous videos. I think that's a fantastic idea for Etsy because I think the idea of the gift shop, the place to go buy when your go-to place to buy something when you have to shop for a gift for somebody has kind of slowly vanished and we're just left to our own devices shopping on Amazon for hours on end. But with more options and ways to hone in, I think Etsy can really fill this market. So they put in an article and talked about some of the survey results. They struggle to find the perfect gift and feel anxiety about gift shopping, um, and then they have at least a half of people of at least one person that they find it difficult to buy a gift. I mean, these are not surprises at all. So it's pretty awesome that they're going this route, to be honest. And so, what we need to do, because they're going to be hyping this up, they're talking about their Super Bowl ad and putting all this information out there. So you just have to understand that this isn't just going to be like a thing they're going to try for a few weeks, and if it doesn't work, it's going to disappear. They're putting a lot of money and time and effort behind this, and it seems like it's coming from all sides of the spectrum of the people working at Etsy. So we're seeing everyone talking about this. So I think getting your listings in order with how they can be gifted, if they are gifts, not everyone sells things that can be gifts, but even if you're someone who sells supplies, for example, who would buy those supplies? Maybe it's, someone who does crafting, right? Well, why not? Why wouldn't someone who's like, oh, I have a friend who does crafts. Why wouldn't I want to buy them supplies as a gift? So that's just a way to kind of spin it around and think about how you can turn maybe some listing that you think is just kind of stagnant and won't be fitting into this new direction that Etsy's trying to promote, when in reality is you could make a crafter's gift bundle, just as an example, to think outside the box a little bit if you're trying to go after this along with Etsy, ride this wave. So I have links to all these articles I'm looking at here in the description of this video, so feel free to check them out. I'm not going to read them all. The only one I'm going to read to you is the checklist for optimizing your listings, which I think will be the most important, but understanding what's going on. And here's another article in the Etsy news blog about gift mode and how it all works. And I believe Etsy's been building their AI models in this direction, and I don't think they've been doing it very long. Maybe for the past 3 or 4 months. That's just my intuition. I know nothing, but that's just how I'm feeling about this because the actual models are pretty bad. Like I said, I tried to use it to find a gift, and it was really bad. It was like showing me 5 of the same thing, which is not helpful. Show me 5 completely different things. Like throw that AI model has got to be having more variety because just showing me 5 of the same thing in each category is terrible. So that's just showing me that this is a very new model. It's still learning. And hopefully they haven't put the shackles on their AI too much to make it so it's actually not helpful. Because as I've been working with AI quite a bit this year. I put some videos out earlier in the year, in 2023, I mean, about how to use AI and ChatGPT and stuff for your Etsy shop. So I do have some older videos on that. And those videos, what I talked about in those, that really hasn't changed. AI has gotten a little bit better with ChatGPT 4 and some other features, but basically these chat bots, they aren't producing as good as they did back in the beginning when they're supposed to be improving. And that's only because they've been really restricting instead of letting these things kind of work it out and get better. So the human intervention is what really, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, harms these AI models from working to their fullest potential, which would actually benefit people in the long run because of fear of, saying the wrong thing or whatever, which is a valid fear, especially for a company like Etsy with a lot of investors. So we'll see how this all turns out. I'm hopeful for it. I think it's a good direction to go in. And so this is an article written by Josh Silverman, or at least he put his name on it, and we'll see what happens with it as it develops. So how do we respond to that as sellers? What do we need to do? Well, we'll go through their checklist for optimizing our listings for gifting on Etsy. Now, if you're new to the channel and haven't watched my videos, I'm more of like a podcast style, I guess, videos. When I'm working in my Etsy shop, I just want something kind of in the background that maybe is giving me a little bits of wisdom and dropping some knowledge, and I can still do my work. So that's the intention of these videos. It's just like, what would I like to listen to? So I'm going to go through this checklist for optimizing your listings with you, give you my ideas, my thoughts. Please go to other channels, see what other sellers have to do, go to the forums, see what other sellers have to say. I'm not the expert. I'm not the one that knows everything, but I do have thoughts on all this stuff and I'd like to share it. So, and I have a channel, so why not, right? All right, so we're going to learn how to get your shop into top shape and appeal to gift shoppers with this handy checklist. And we'll just get right into it. And they actually have a link to create your shop right in the article, which is kind of interesting. This year, we're on a mission to show the world that Etsy is the go-to destination for great gifts, and we want you to be a part of it. We've made strides in making gift giving on Etsy joyful and easy, and we're soon kicking off a gift-centric marketing campaign to bring more buyers to Etsy. Use this checklist to help you make the most of that traffic by optimizing your listings to appeal to shoppers with gift recipients in mind. Okay, so they're telling us this is going to go on for the whole year. They've already bought their ad time. They've already paid for ad creative, or it's in process, so this is all going to be launching throughout the year, and I'm sure it's going to be attacking, every giftable holiday and occasion you can imagine. Plus, tune in for our upcoming virtual event, Optimizing Your Shop for Gifting, as Etsy sellers Alana Smith of Cold Gold and Christy Wang of A Jar of Pickles share what they're doing with their shops, getting ready for gift-seeking shoppers. And then there's a link here. I will include this in the description as well if you want to sign up for this webinar. I usually do sign up for these webinars. If I can make it, I make it, because I'd like to hear what other people are doing. I don't like to live in an isolated bubble. That sometimes it happens when we have online stores and work online all the time. So I really just like to keep hearing what's going on, put my ear to the ground and see what's up. So I suggest, if you can make it to that webinar, go for it. Find out what they have to say. Okay, so first part of the checklist, getting found. Add a shop section for your most giftable items. Help buyers discover the great gifts in your inventory by making an easy to browse shop section. Want to put an item in more than one shop section? Create multiple listings. Okay, so create a section in your shops. This is very easy. Any of us can do this. That's for gifting. They didn't tell us what to name that shop section. Should it be like, gifts for mom, or should it just be gift ideas? I would probably keep it as general as possible if you want to do this. And they said create multiple listings. So you have something that you can duplicate the listing of, and the inventory isn't going to get out of control. Go ahead and do that. Obviously, if you have a strict inventory on things, be careful when you duplicate listings. But think about that, a possibility. And then it also says you can generate a unique share and save link for your shop sections. So you can do that as well if you have the share and save. I have the Etsy Creator Co. affiliate. So I use those links, and I do that for my shop sections as well. Number 2, maximize your listing tags. Each tag you add to a listing is an opportunity for it to appear in a shopper's search. Unused tags are missed opportunities, which is why you should add 13 tags to all your listings. Okay, so yes, this is very basic thing. Now, I've noticed in the past I need to go through my listings again, because sometimes tags disappear. I think that they do remove stuff from time to time if it's a word or something that they do, or there's a bug or something and they get removed. So I'm going to go through my listings and just check, make sure all my tags are looking good. The tag should be multi-worded phrases and use natural sounding language. Inspire shoppers with keywords like gift for dog mom, teacher appreciation, or gifts under $20 in your titles and tags. And I think this is kind of funny because the $, as far as I know, cannot be in your tags. It doesn't accept those symbols. So I just think that's kind of funny that they did that. But I'd only use these gift for and other the gifts under $20 or whatever tags if you have these available as empty tags, basically. Streamline your listing titles. Your title should make it easy for shoppers to quickly see what you're selling and what makes it unique. Shoppers only see the first few words of your title when they're looking at search results. So make sure you're using that space to describe what your item is. It's important to make sure that you're accurately describing your products in the listings and or other offerings. Using irrelevant keywords on your site in the hopes of appearing in more searches, known as keyword stuffing, can actually hurt your efforts to boost your search rankings. So as the AI and search engine algorithms get smarter, supposedly, I haven't seen any evidence of that, but supposedly as they get smarter, they will be looking for keyword stuffing, and that may not help you. Again, describe the product, and in those first few words, it's very important that you are telling the shopper what it is, as along within that first thumbnail photo. There should be no question. And if you're not sure about that, get someone that doesn't know anything about your shop to look at it in Etsy search. Pull up your listings in search in a search grid and then ask them what they think. Which listing jumps out at them, which one are they not sure what it is, and get some feedback, honest feedback. Number 4, refresh your listing descriptions. Your listing descriptions can help entice, inform, and engage buyers. Do they lead with a few sentences that naturally incorporate a few relevant keywords? Is the description easy to read and understand? Are key details easy to find and listing clearly? Think about your descriptions as a way to answer your buyers' questions, prioritizing important information that will help buyers best understand your product. Does it solve a problem or appeal to a specific audience? Use the space to engage your target market. For tips on optimizing your tags, titles, and listing descriptions, read Keywords 101. Okay, so this is actually a very, very good section on listing descriptions. And from reading what they're saying here, I do believe that the listing description is playing a role into whatever the AI is determining your listing is about, and then ultimately sorting it into the gift mode. So do take a deep dive into your listing descriptions on Whutsy.com, my website. Link below, you'll find this direct to the guide. I do have a guide for writing listing descriptions to help you with that, so you can have it's like a template to just fill in what you need. Just an easy way to sort information. Now, I'm not saying that that's the only way, the best way to have listing descriptions. Like I said, my Etsy shop's dead, so who knows? We'll see. Maybe I need to go in and tweak my listing descriptions, But if you need a starting point, I do have that PDF to help you work on your listing descriptions. All right, photography. Now, we all know that AI can see photos and read photos in general. It's okay at it. And depending on what Etsy has and is using and what their model is trained on, it should be fairly good at it, because they have been incorporating that you take a photo of your space and then it recommends Etsy decor or whatever to put in your space. So it can read photos. So your photos, it's going to read. So you want to make sure that it shows the item clearly. Let's see what their tips are, though. Choose an eye-catching first listing photo. Your listing's first photo, the image displayed in search results, is crucial when it comes to inspiring shoppers to click and increasing your conversion rate. The first photo should clearly show the item that's for sale and be eye-catching enough that buyers want to take a closer look. Use all 10 photo slots. Well, the first photo is what shoppers see in search. Using all 10 photos gives buyers more information about your item and may increase your conversion rate. That's because each additional image you add gives shoppers more information about your product, how big it is, and how it's used. Use simple backgrounds, staging that illustrate the story behind your product. Props help to give your item context, enabling customers to better visualize how they might use it in the future or share it as a gift. I'm going to just say be very careful with props. Anything that you put in the photo can be confused as being that's what they will get, right? So if you do use props, be sure to use something it's obvious that that's not included with the product. And that can be done with using, nature things or abstract elements, I guess. If you offer gift wrapping or branded packaging, be sure to include a shot to incentivize one-stop shoppers. So yeah, I do agree with that. Have a picture of it gift wrapped if you do that. Check out 7 essential types of listing photos for inspiration. So there's a link to another article. Show off your products by adding listing videos, Product videos can inspire, clarify, and contextualize your items in the two-dimensional world of online shopping. All that extra info can help boost buyers' confidence. So yes, listing video is very important. Okay, branding and customer service. They're getting into this. So they definitely want you to go through your shop and make sure it's ready. Um, add an about section. Adding an about section gives shoppers a behind the scenes look at you and your shop. An informative and captivating about section can help establish your brand, build buyer loyalty, and spark unexpected opportunities, including press coverage, collaborations, and new opportunities. Okay, so they're looking at our about sections. Set clear return policies for each listing. Making it clear which items can be returned creates a better experience for buyers, especially when they're buying for a gift recipient. Etsy tools make it easy to customize your return policy for your unique business needs. You can create one return policy and apply it to all or just some of your listings, or create a different return policy for each listing. Yes, I agree. Make sure those return policies and your policies are filled out completely. If you don't know what I'm talking about, please look into how policies work on Etsy and get that sorted. Personalize your packaging. How you package your items is an extension of your brand, and that can leave a lasting impact. All right. Yeah, packaging. Yeah. Okay. Be careful with that because that can be a business expense that quietly sneaks up on you with packaging and the cost of packaging raising, and you haven't raised your prices to cover those costs, or you don't even consider it into your pricing. So just be careful with getting too fancy. Turn on the gift wrap. Having gifts arrive already wrapped goes a long way, especially when it means they can ship them straight to the recipients. Once enabled, shoppers will be able to see that you offer gift wrap on each listing in your shop and get a visual preview of what the gifts will look like. Okay, so you have to keep in mind if you make and sell the items or you have them in your home and you're shipping them from your home, then you can offer this as a additional fee if you want. And with the gifting focus this year from Etsy, if you have the ability to do that, I would recommend doing that and then charging accordingly. If you don't have the ability to do that, meaning you do a form of print on demand where you're customizing items, then that obviously can't be done. So when it comes to gift wrapping, you have to either turn it on or off. So unfortunately, you can't just have it on for some items, which is too bad because I do sell some items that I have here in my home that I make and prepare and ship out. And then some items I do have fulfilled elsewhere. Showcase your customer service. Shoppers can also see your shop review star average when browsing search results. A high average will help to build trust and could encourage some buyers to take a closer look at your item. For tips on encouraging and receiving positive reviews. Okay. So, yeah, I noticed when I was shopping today for that gift, I did look at the star rating. 5-star always makes me suspicious. I look for like a 4.9 or 4.8 when I'm shopping, to be honest. That's just me. Because 5-star usually means you just don't have that many reviews. Shipping. Ship globally to grow your buyer base. Offering international shipping is a great way to open yourself to a huge client base because most international buyers only see the items that ship to their country while searching. You'll allow them to find you by offering international shipping. An easy way to set up international shipping is through your shipping profiles, which allow you to update multiple listings quickly with similar shipping costs. Once you set up worldwide shipping profile, you can update all applicable listings by using quick edit. Okay. I'm very cautious about what I offer to ship internationally. There's some items I don't, and that's particularly my print on demand items. I just don't ship those internationally. If someone reaches out to me because of some of the other items in my shop that I do, and they say, "Hey, I'm trying to buy this and it won't let me." I say, "Look, I don't have that set up. I can do a quote and custom order." And sometimes it works out and I end up selling them more because I tell them, "Oh, look, if you buy 1, it's this price for shipping. If you buy 5, it's the same, it's not that much more for shipping." And so that can be a way of increasing sales by having some items in your shop that you do ship internationally and then others that don't. It does get confusing though, so just keep that in mind. If you do kind of split it up like I do, people will reach out to you. And if your goal is to ultimately never talk to anybody on Etsy, then don't do that. Either have it shipping internationally or not. Add shipping details to show shoppers an estimated delivery date, add a zip code, service, processing time to your shipping profiles. Yes, this is very important to have these profiles filled out and accurately. I always give myself an extra day or two buffer on the production time, just in case, because holidays pop up that Etsy doesn't count and other things. Yeah, updating your processing times, offer shipping upgrades. I offer shipping upgrades on some of my items that people rarely use it, but when they do, it's like, okay, I can get the item to them much quicker. They did pay for it, so why not? Pricing. Okay, understand the market. Shoppers compare prices when looking at search results. So your listing price can also affect whether or not a buyer clicks on your listing and ultimately whether they convert into a sale. Shoppers may have a specific price point in mind before they even start their search, so market research can be helpful in finding your pricing sweet spot. Now, I've done videos on pricing in the past, and on my website, I have the pricing calculator that I recommend and I use for myself. Now, everyone can price however they want, but in my mind, there's a price that this item costs me to make. There's a price that it costs me to personalize it or fulfill the order. And I want all that compensated for. And whatever that price is the price of the item. I'm not necessarily looking at my competition because I'm not lowering my price and losing money on an order just because my competition's price is lower. If that means that my item sells less, okay. Or, then but I don't want to lose money. So that's how I feel about it. If an item's completely priced and out of control, I don't list it on Etsy with all the fees and everything because it there's a point where a price is so high, it's like, "Whoa, what am I paying for? This is a little bit ridiculous," right? But the second point that they say here is diversify your price points. As you expand your inventory over time, be sure to list items across price points to reach shoppers no matter their budget. And I think that's the pricing strategy actually to use. You have items that cost a certain amount of money. Maybe you can create an item that's a lower price point. So if someone's really interested in this one item, but it's out of their budget, they can go through your shop and find that lower priced item and they'll compromise and say, yeah, I like this item. It'll work for what I need. And then consider discounts and coupons. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. On my pricing calculator, um, I have it as a $2.99 a month to use the pricing calculator because it's actually a lot of money to support this website and I'm just trying to break even on that, to be honest. So that's why it costs money to use the calculator, but it does factor in these discounts. And if you ever plan on having a discount or coupon code, you need to price these listings with that in mind. And with Etsy saying, oh, just throw a 25% off coupon on something. I mean, it's just crazy. It's just absolutely crazy. I looked I looked into what I would have to charge at Christmas time when they were doing that sale for 25% off featuring those listings, and I went through and looked at what I would have to price my listings at, and it's basically like, an item that would be, $50, $60 with a 15% off coupon, which is what I have as my default coupon. If I wanted to make that 25% off and still make money on that item, I'd have to raise my prices like $20 to cover that additional coupon percentage. And you're like, oh, it's just 10% more. That's not how percentages work. Okay. So be very careful with these coupons and be very careful when Etsy suggests like, "Oh, just do 25% instead of 20%." Use the calculator tool or do the calculations yourself and figure out where those fees, because as you raise your prices now, the percentage, how much that percentage is, that's more money coming out as the price goes up. So it's exponential. That's the problem with these discounts and these coupons and these fees being percentages instead of just fixed rates. So be very careful with that in your pricing. Okay. All right. So I'm going to stop rambling and I hope this was helpful. I think there's some really great tips in this article, links below in the description so you can check it out yourself and go through it. Also, the link to my guide for listing descriptions. You can check that out. Head over to Etsy, jump in an incognito browser like I am right now, go to gift mode and check it out. Okay. And see, hey, maybe describe yourself and maybe some other people that you know and see if it works. And then I'm going to keep checking back at it and see how it changes over time. Because I'm very curious if this is backed up by AI. I really want to see if it does improve over time. So thanks so much for watching the video and hanging on for so long. I love to ramble. I love to talk, but when it's in the background, I'm sure you do appreciate it. Have a wonderful day and leave a comment below. Let me know what you think.